I don't know you from Adam. I ain't never seen you a day in my life. Right? Have no recollection of the sound of your voice. But yet, I call myself trusting. I don't know you, ain't never seen you, ain't never talked to you before. But yet I call myself trusting. You've never done anything to my benefit. You've never been there in my corner when I was struggling. You've never supported me. But yet I still call myself trusting. But yet the one that has been there, the one that has supported, the one that has encouraged, the one that has corrected, the one that has supported, the one that has criticized, and the one that has loved is the one that we will reject. It's the one that we will question. It's the very one that we will not trust. Yeah, it's funny the kind of stuff we put our trust in. We put our trust in everything that we can see, or that we can touch, or that we can, try to understand and have some reverence towards. Whether it's great or small, we'll put our trust in that. Or we'll put our trust in somebody, whether living or dead. We'll put our trust in a whole lot of things, including our own flesh, before we put our trust in God. Now the scripture is coming out of Proverbs, the 3rd chapter, verse 5 and 6. And it reads as thus: Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not to thine own understanding, but in all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. Proverbs 3, 5 and 6. It's been that way a long time. You know what I'm saying? We think we know better, so we don't want to listen. We don't want to ask nobody for instruction. We don't want to ask for wisdom. We don't want to ask for advice, right? Why? Because we're men. We're strong. We know how to do it. And if we don't know how to do it, we'll figure it out. You dig? Nope. Why do you think God put a helpmeet on the earth for us? Because we couldn't do it by ourselves. Every time man tries to do something in his own understanding, he messes it up. This is why God gave us a helpmeet. She's there to help meet your shortcomings. She's there to help meet your distractions. She's there to help meet your deficiencies. She's there to help meet you in support. She's there to help meet you in getting things done. She's there to help meet when you're being ignorant. That's what she's there for. She's a help meet. She's there to help meet our lack. You dig? So let's look at that in a different way, instead of in this way of, I know better, I know what's best, I know what I'm doing, I don't need nobody to tell me nothing. No. That's why you need to help me. You dig? And for those that don't have a significant other, or don't have a wife or a husband, right? You still got the helpmeet in the Holy Spirit. The Holy Ghost will lead us and guide us into all truth. So there's no excuse for us to lean to our own understanding when we have help in everything that we do. In everything. I mean, I know you're not ignorant. I know people know what everything means. Everything means everything, from the biggest to the smallest. Everything. Your fears, your hurts, your desires, your triumphs, your victories, your shortcomings, your faults, everything. Your inadequacies, right? Those things that make you cry and make you sad, those things that make you angry and pissed off, everything. I don't know how much more to stress that. I know it sounds far-fetched, and people may be saying, come on, man. I mean, seriously, everything. Yes, everything. Every pain, every ache, every fear, Every misspoken word, every time you curse, every time you lie, every time you think about getting back at somebody, every time you look at somebody lustfully, every time you do something that's shysty and shady, every time you're saying something that's manipulative, or every time you're doing something that's offensive, every thought that may be of get back and revenge, that may be of, if I wasn't saved, yeah, but you are. And if you're not saved, listen, at the end of this message, you can be, but this is the mentality that we have to get rid of, relying on self. I can do it all by myself, right? I'm going to get it in my own strength and my own power and my own knowledge, right? I don't necessarily need to ask nobody. If I do ask somebody, I'm going to ask a person. I'm going to ask somebody that I think in my eyes is successful in that area, or I'm going to go with what the world says success is. And that's who I'm going to seek out wisdom from. That's who I'm going to try to emulate. And never once do we think about asking God. Never once do we go to God and say, God, what do you think about this? Father, this is my idea. I had this thought. Lord, I'm angry about this. I'm pissed off about this. Lord, this is bothering me in my spirit, and I don't know how to see it in the right way. God, I need your help. Lord, I need you to help me. I need you to guide me in this area, because I may do something that's going to be offensive to the person that I'm really trying to help, and then it's going to be, misrepresent you in a bad way. It's not going to represent Yeshua in the right way. It's not going to represent the Ancient of Days in the right way. It's going to be totally out of my flesh, because I'm operating what I think. I'm doing what I think, instead of going to God and asking what he thinks. It's time out for doing what we think. We don't know it all. We don't have the answers. Tell me, when's the last time you created something? I'll wait. When is the last time you or I created anything? Even the children that you and I have, we didn't create them. The sperm that you have and the egg that she has, you didn't create either one. They were given to us. So again, when is the last time you created anything? Have y'all ever seen that? Have you ever seen that commercial where there's two people, right, and they're on a date, and the guy's just being blatantly honest about what he thinks and about how he feels, and so is she, right? And at the end of the commercial, of course they don't get together. They don't even plan a second date. But yet they're brutally honest. And sometimes being brutally honest can sound really offensive. But on the flip side of that, there's so many times that people are not honest. They live in a world of lies. They speak those same lies that they see. They believe those lies that they've heard, right? And it's all due to having their own understanding. I'm going to get my own understanding of a thing. Or if I'm going to seek out wisdom and seek out how to do something that I don't know, I'm going to go to the world. I'm going to use the world's system. I'm going to use the world's education. I'm going to use the world's OJT. I'm going to lean to my own understanding of that thing. Whether I understand it through college, which is still the world system, whether I understand it through someone that has been successful at it, but yet is still in the world system and out of their flesh, especially, if they don't have a true relationship with Yeshua, and or I'm going to look at it through online, I'm going to look at it through books, I'm going to find out, how it's done by training or going through an internship, or some kind of way I'm gonna get this understanding, but it's gonna be of my own volition. It's gonna be in my own power. It's gonna be in my own time. It's gonna be in my own understanding. And that always turns out bad. It always turns out wrong. There's never been a happy medium of man working on his own understanding and doing things out of his own intellect, right? Listening to others who claim it to be wisdom, They say, yo, I know how to do it. I have the wisdom to do it. You know, we've been researching this for umpteen hundreds of years. We've got it down to a science, but yet it is still man's wisdom, you dig? It's time out for that. We got to start looking to God for answers. We have to start not leaning to our own understanding, y'all. It's always gotten us in trouble. Every time man leans on what he think he knows or what he's gotten from somebody else, it always winds up bad. Every time we trust the world system to tell us the truth, and we eat that it's a truth, we drink it, it's a truth, we live it, it's a truth, we walk it, it's a truth, we profess it as the truth, we regurgitate it as the truth, only to find out that it's not the truth. But yet, if we would just ask God in the first place, we wouldn't have had to spend 40 years where it would have only took 2 weeks. But before we get too far into the message, please like this video. Please share this video on all your platforms. It doesn't matter, friends, family, you know, co-workers, right? Share this video. Make sure you hit that bell notification so you're always notified whenever I upload content. And I would greatly appreciate it if you would subscribe to the channel. Now let's get back to the message. Then you had those group of folks that say, you know what, man, I'm gonna do it on my own. I'm gonna get it on my own because I don't want nobody to say that they helped me. I don't want nobody trying to, you know, say later on down the line after I done already got it and I'm already successful and I'm living good that they come back and try to say, no, you didn't do it by yourself. It was because of me. I helped you. Okay. Why are we as men so afraid to say that somebody helped us? But we got to try to get it on our own. We got to do it on our own. It's doing it on your own and being left to your own devices is what gets us in trouble when we try to do it on our own. God says, no, come to me, lean to me, ask me, seek my direction and seek what I think about that thing, right? Let's dialogue. Let's have a conversation. If we're going to be in relationship, then you should care what I think about that thing instead of just presenting it to me and asking me to sign my approval on it. Presenting it to me and ask me if I'll bless it, if I'll honor it. But yet, it didn't come from me. You didn't seek me. You didn't ask me. You just brought me something and expect me to say, yep, that's it. It's all good. No, it doesn't work that way. We're looking for acknowledgement. We're looking for acceptance. We're looking for camaraderie. We're looking for cohesiveness. We're looking for morale building energy. You dig? These are the things we're looking for. We're looking for praise. We're looking for adoration. We're looking to be recognized. This is what man is looking for when man does things in his own power and in his own strength and by his own devices. You dig? No. I'm not going to ask God about nothing. I got this, God. I'm good. Wrong answer. And then when something happens, the first thing you want to be doing is going back crying about, oh God, can you help me? Oh God, I'm sorry. Oh God, I need you. Why you didn't need him before you made them decisions? Why you didn't need him before you was listening to all them crackpots and them crazy coots out there? Why you didn't, seek his face beforehand? He said, if you ask, he said, if you seek, if you ask, if you knock, not once do we seek God before we go on our own. Not once do we ask God what he thinks about it before we make the decisions. Not once do we knock in prayer. Do we knock in supplication? Do we knock at the altar of God and say, God, please lead me, guide me in this thing. I don't want to miss you and I don't want to misrepresent you. No, most of the time we move in our own power and our own strength. And then we wind up messing things up. And then we have to come back and get it right. Come back and apologize. And sometimes it might be too late. It might be too late to come back and apologize and get things right. Why? Because that bridge has been burned. It wasn't like you just went across it and you left some marks, or you went across it and you broke a few of the planks out. No, you burnt that sucker as you crossed it. And now when it's time to come back, you can't come back. That person's not there. They don't want to receive or hear anything you got to say. This is why we have to trust in God. Not trusting in ourselves, not trusting in mama and daddy, not trusting in the government, not trusting in our own hustle, not trusting in the bag, not trusting in another female, not trusting in a dude. We got to trust in God. Don't y'all see what's going on? Don't you see what's happening before your very eyes? It's 2025, man. And you cannot be ignorant to what's happening in this country, in your city, in your state, in your community, in your own house. We got to be aware, and we got to start trusting God in everything. Not just the things that we want to say, okay, God, this is your stuff, but then all this over here, this is my stuff. I'm a do right by your stuff, God, but this over here, I got this. I'm good. No, because you are his stuff. Everything you have belongs to him, because without him, you would not have it. You would not breathe and be in existence. I know it's hard to receive that, but that's the truth, Ruth. So, moving forward, let's have this understanding that we're going to trust God in everything, every area of our life, whether it's good, whether it's bad, whether it's delightful or whether it's hurtful. We are going to trust God and not trust ourselves, not trust our flesh, not trust what Rollo is saying, not trust what Becky is saying. We're going to trust what Yeshua is saying. You dig? Why? Because he'll never leave us and he'll never forsake us. You dig? If we put our trust in him, then we can cast all of our cares upon him. Why? Because he cares for us. And all he's asking for is acknowledgement. That's all God has asked for is acknowledgement. Look, acknowledge me in all your ways. Whether they're good or bad, acknowledge me. If you acknowledge me, I can change things. Whether it's changing your heart, your perception, changing your mind, changing your speech, changing your attitude, or whether I change the situation. But if you acknowledge me, see, it's when you don't acknowledge me. It's when you don't put me in the situation. It's when you don't acknowledge me as being Lord of all, especially your life and your household, your mind, your thoughts, your speech, your actions, what you hear and what you see. When you don't acknowledge me, then you don't put me in it. But if you acknowledge me, then guess what? You're putting me in it. So if you're putting me in it, even if it's something that I don't want you to do or don't want you to be, because you acknowledge me, then I'm going to be with you. I'm going to shield you, protect you. I'm going to get you out. I'm going to make a way of escape. Why? Because I love you and I care for you. And even though you might have done something stupid or you might not have sought my wisdom, but the world's wisdom, but because you acknowledge me, I'm going to take care of my own. Isn't this what we do with our children? When our children acknowledge us, it's something in us, the love that's in us for our child that makes us say, okay, yeah, you acknowledge me. I need to handle this situation. It's beyond your control. It's out of your scope of capability. But because you acknowledged me, then I'm going to do something about it. This is how God does us. He says, acknowledge me in all your ways, and I will. I promise, I guarantee, as Chuck liked to say, I will, I shall direct you, lead you, guide you, instruct you in all your ways. Right? This is his promise to us. And all he says is, acknowledge me. He says, trust me and acknowledge me. See, if you trust me, then you're not going to question me. You're just going to trust that what I say is the truth and it's righteous and it's got your best interest in heart. And if you trust me and you acknowledge me, then I'm going to guide you. Because see, when you acknowledge me, then you're acknowledging who I am. You're calling my name. You're calling who I am in your life. And because of your trusting and your acknowledging, I will not forget what I have said, and I will be there. I'll guide you through every corner, every nook, every cranny, every valley. I'll guide you in the dark times. I'll guide you in the triumphant times. I'll be your peace. I'll be your shield. I'll be everything you need. Why? Because you trust me and you acknowledge me. You dig? So God, from this day forward, I'm going to trust you more. I'm going to choose. It's a choice that I have to make. I have to make it. Can't nobody make it for me. Not mama, not daddy, not my wife or husband, not my kids, not my pastor, not the job. Can nobody make this choice? I have to make this, but I choose to place my trust with you, God. I choose to put my trust in your word. I choose to believe you what you say because you've never failed me. You've never done me wrong. You've never led me astray. And because of your track record and because of your proven track record of how you've done in the past, not just with me, but with my family. I've watched how you did with my grandma. I've watched how you do with other people that I love. And I've seen how you work in my life. So God, you have a proven track record. So I choose to place my trust with you, oh God. And because I've placed my trust with you, now I can relax. Now I can be at peace. Now I can be at ease. It doesn't matter what happens. It doesn't matter what comes my way, whether good or bad, whether triumphant or whether horrible. Why? Because my trust is in God. And I know according to his track record that he'll never leave me or forsake me. He'll never fail me. And he will direct my paths. He just asked for me to put my trust in him and to acknowledge him in everything, even whether it's good or bad. Acknowledge him in it. By acknowledging him gives him the ability to direct us, because out of our mouths we have said, God, I desire you. God, I desire your word. I desire your leading. I desire your understanding. I desire your righteousness more than the world, more than what man says, more than what my own intellect and understanding says. I desire you, God. Trust and acknowledgement. You dig? Be blessed on today. Just wanted to bring you that word that God gave me, that in 2025, we have to start putting our trust and acknowledging God for what he's done, what he's doing, and who he is in our lives today. Be blessed, your man Levon. Don't forget to like this video, share this video on all your platforms. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification so you're always notified whenever I upload content. Share these videos on all your platforms. And I'll see you in the next video. One love. I'm out.